Beautiful beach day.
As we're inside watching the beautiful weather from all of our cameras, right? Yeah, take your pick, whether you're going to the beach, you're going to the farmer's market today in Hyde Park. Gonna be really nice. Not talking much in the way of rain. Breezes will be light and just a gorgeous shot right now on Clearwater Beach. We're nearly at 80 degrees. Wind coming in out of the east-southeast, close to about 10 miles per hour. So comfortable breezes if you're setting up on the beach this morning and into the afternoon, building in some more clouds. We've got the last of the 60s in the mix. Look at frostproof hanging at the upper 60-degree mark. The rest of us warming through the 70s. Warm spot in the mix. Sarasota at 80. It is 79 in Tampa as well as St. Pete. But where we're really still noticing that pleasant feel, we look at the dew points. The humidity is still going to hold pretty comfortable for us today. So we're talking 60s to low 70s right now. And even just to have so many spots here in Florida, starting out with dew points in the 60s again today, it is pretty rare in June to have several days of this low humidity. I hope you enjoy it. Humidity starts to climb a bit more in the next few days. Look at winds. We still overall have this flow coming in out of the east and southeast. Winds right now ranging from 7 to 14 miles per hour, and that's kind of the window we'll be feeling them throughout the day ahead. Normal high is 90 in Tampa. We're going to make a run at about 92 to 93 this afternoon. There's a look at our heat index today across the area with some of our inland spots topping out in the upper 90s. Matt?
And now, Fox 13 meteorologist Valerie Mills with your Sky Tower Vector Scan forecast.
Well, starting out with a beautiful shot snapped by one of our Fox 13 viewers. How about this sunrise in Inglewood on the water? I mean, sunrise, sunsets, always a little bit better by the water. Maybe that's just a little biased here in Florida. How about this live picture? Englewood Beach looking good and looking busy. 80 degrees right now. We'll feel these breezes out of the east and southeast today. Right now, about 7 miles per hour there. Downtown Tampa holding at 79 degrees. Dew point in the mid 60s. So really comfortable with that lower humidity. Feels like temperature at 81. So just a touch warmer than the actual air temp. That's kind of going to be the trend for today as we get into the low 90s. Peak heat index today is going to be just a touch above that. So look at high temperatures today as well as tomorrow. We're going to be talking mostly 90s. It's going to be mid 90s inland and low 90s near the coast. A couple of upper 80s for some of our beach area spots, but calling for about 93 today in Tampa, 94 tomorrow. These are going to be the hottest 2 days before temperatures will get a little bit closer to normal in the low 90s as we start to build in some better rain chances for the middle and end of the week. Checking in right now, Lakeland and Brooksville at 77, frostproof 69, Sarasota at 80, and then upper 70s for Tampa and St. Pete. We do have some spots with dew points in the low 70s, but about 67 the dew point in frostproof as well as Sarasota. So overall, for this time of year, we're typically more so in the mid 70s. So we'll take the nice break. I hope you enjoyed it. We had that drier air arrive on Thursday. It's going to start to rebound the next few days. So we'll feel higher humidity the next few days. And on a day like today, mid 90s for our peak heat index is not too bad. Just about 2 or 3 degrees warmer than the actual forecasted high. But then later on this week, we're going to start to see some 100s back in the mix, especially for our inland spots as far as the feels like temperature with that higher humidity. As we check out the big picture here, just some clouds in play for the Sunshine State. Isolated showers near Pensacola. Otherwise, though, we're going to be talking rain-free today, tomorrow. Only a 10% chance for a stray shower for the next few days. Mix of sun and clouds. More clouds build in for the afternoon. There you see some of those spotty showers trying to get pulled in off of that east wind off the Atlantic. Any rain that develops will be pretty spotty, so maybe just a couple of sprinkles into the afternoon. Holding with about 10 to 20% rain chances through Tuesday. Then by Wednesday, Thursday, back to 40% coverage and then even 50% coverage as we close out the week as the drier air mass breaks down. And we'll watch for all this deep tropical moisture to get pulled back in to the Gulf. And we are back in that purple color showing that high moisture. More of that moisture to work with means more showers and storms. There's your highs today, mostly in the 90s and even some mid 90s inland with that sun and clouds. Going to be talking winds on the water today about 5 to 10 knots out of the southeast. West later on, not a very active sea breeze, though, mostly pinned up along the coast. Light chop for our bay and inland water seas around 1 to 2 feet. Just past our high tide, 9:07 a.m. We'll have a low tide 1:52 p.m. Not quite as cool as we wake up tomorrow morning. More spots in the 70s compared to to. A lot of 60s this morning, and even higher humidity will be felt Monday and the next few days. Otherwise, we're watching for those daily storms building in by Wednesday. Matt, Mariah.
Thanks, Val.
Get your day started the right way with Good Day Tampa Bay.
Hey there, good Sunday morning to you. Time right now is 9:30. We're starting out really comfortable this morning. We've been enjoying the last few comfortable mornings here before we really get into the peak of the summer. Yeah, we're going to be back to the 70s, and we're going to be talking about that higher humidity as well. So hopefully all of our northern and our inland spots that have been waking up in the 60s have been enjoying it the last couple of mornings. As we check in right now with temperatures, no longer any 60s in the mix. We're warming through the upper 70s with even a couple of low 80s in the mix at this hour, heading into a hot and a mainly dry day. So look at the hour by hour forecast. Breezes coming in out of the east southeast will be right around 90 as we get to that 1-2 o'clock time frame, reaching about near 92. Clouds increasing for the afternoon. But look at your future cast. Other than some passing clouds, only talking about a stray shower to be possible both today as well as into tomorrow. Maybe along those east winds, we'll see a couple of those pop up inland, try and make their way to the west coast. But for most of us, dry today, dry into Monday as well. But we'll notice that slightly higher humidity by Monday, and especially by the middle of the week, we're back to dew points more so in the 70s. That's also going to come with some higher rain chances as well. So generally dry through Tuesday. By Wednesday, Thursday, we're back to that 40-50% coverage of showers and storms. And as that comes with dew points basically back into the low 70s and staying there as we look to this upcoming week. Matt.
And now, Fox 13 meteorologist Valerie Mills with your Sky Tower Vector Scan forecast.
Well, we have a nice start to our Sunday, and for this weekend, we've been enjoying the pleasant humidity. The sunshine's been back after we were stuck under a cloudy stretch from last weekend through most of the week ahead. We're back to these beautiful blue skies, but enjoying a rare break in the usual storm chances and high humidity, especially for the month of June. Big picture here, we have high pressure just to the north, some rain right now for the far western panhandle up in Alabama, other portions of the Gulf Coast. So we've got this moisture fetch coming in from the Gulf, but meanwhile most of the area starting mild. We're talking 70s up and down the Sunshine State, a couple of 80s from Fort Pierce down to Miami, and this was after morning lows in the 60s for many north and central Florida spots. That's been a nice change the last few mornings. I hope you've enjoyed it. We start to moderate our morning temperatures as we look through the next few days. Look at your St. Pete forecast. We're going to be talking a sun and cloud mix here into the afternoon. Clouds building in, but only about an isolated chance for a stray shower later on today as we likely hit into the low 90s for temperatures around St. Pete. Look at our rainfall here over the next week. We're really only going to be talking about spotty rainfall up across the panhandle, and then we see that blue color. That's generally 1 to 1.5 inches of rain, so it doesn't look like we're talking about big rainfall over the next week. That's going to stay more so focused across southwest Florida down to the southern part of the peninsula. But here's our rainfall deficits for the year. Just over 3 inches for our Tampa areas, building in closer to 8-9 inch rain deficits near Orlando, and then close to 10 inches in the Tallahassee area. That's where we have the worst of the drought. But look 1 week ago to currently, those numbers are dropping. So that is some good news. The rainy season starting to build in about a week early, but right on cue to help chip away that drought, though it is going to take some time as we are just so deep in drought. Look at your rain chances the next 5 days. We go from about 20% chances on Tuesday up to 40% Wednesday, Thursday. So a little bit more typical by the end of the week with more of those scattered late day showers and storms. For today, sunshine. Then you see those clouds building in for the afternoon. A few of those showers may pop up late in the afternoon with more clouds in the mix. And along that east-southeast breeze, may see a couple of those try and make their way to the I-75 corridor closer to the dinner time frame. But you see few and far between in the areas that see the rain. We're not talking anything too too heavy or much storm activity. 82 degrees on the Gulf, seas around 1 to 2 feet for today. We're talking a light chop for our bay and inland waters. Southeast wind today, mostly around 5 to 10 knots, and then we get more of that northwest and west wind later on. 9:07, we passed our high tide. Now we're heading into a low tide right around 1:52 this afternoon. 90s for most spots, talking near 90 degrees for the coast. Then we're going to get up to the mid-90s for all of our inland spots. A couple of beaches will top out in the upper 80s, but for most of us, we're going to be running a little bit above average. 90 is the normal high today in Tampa. I think we're getting up to 92 or 93. And all of our inland spots, you see a lot of spots near the mid-90s. So heat index for today, a couple degrees warmer than the true air temperature. But look what happens tomorrow. As humidity starts to climb, we more so see upper 90s to maybe even a couple of heat indices back in the triple digits. There's a look at your highs for Monday. With that higher humidity, I think we tack on another degree or two. Lot of low and mid-90s in the mix for us tomorrow. Dry for tonight, though. Few upper 60s, more so starting to see those 70s making a return this morning and the next couple of mornings. Look at your 7-day forecast. We're talking about temperatures near seasonal by the end of the week as those storm chances and humidity is on the rise. Now it's time to wish a happy birthday to some of our youngest Fox 13 viewers in our first birthday club. First, we have Barrett. He loves reading books, trying new foods, playing with his cats, swimming with Dad, watching Sesame Street, and cuddling with his Squishmallows. I hope I said that right. Maybe Mariah, you can let me know, but happy first birthday, cuties. It's Adrian's big day today. He loves playing with his big brother Jax, splashing in the pool and dancing. What a happy smile, Adrian. Happy first birthday to you. And we're wishing a happy first birthday to Kylie. She loves her big brother Connor, and she loves to ride on the golf cart. Sounds fun to me, Kylie. If you want to see your little one on TV, send us a picture, name, date of their first birthday, and a little bit about them. Email it to WTVTfirstbirthdays@fox.com. Well, not going to be watching much in the way of rain today or tomorrow. It's going to be more the heat and the humidity starting to climb. Looking ahead to this week, we're back to more storms by Wednesday and then through the end of